so far this day in Interlaken. I took a little walk in the city first, and because I came here already yesterday, and I went to the festival, checked out a little of the bands, and then I spent some time with some nice people, some nice fans, new friends in the hotel.
Nice. Did you meet some fans at the hotel?
Yeah, it was really funny. The first person I met at the hotel was actually explaining that, well, she didn't knew me, who I was, but her son was just doing like a special special report or special job in school about Sabaton.
Oh, really?
So it was really funny.
Oh, cool. Then you could help him a bit to get a better grade.
I could assist a little bit, maybe.
Cool.
I know one or two things about the band. Yeah, this is the second time we've been here, and we were here, I think, 2014 the last time. And of course we are stunned by the atmosphere and the beauty of this country and this place specifically.
Are there any other festivals that you prefer going to, like in private, that you take your inspiration from?
Yeah, I go when we are not playing. I try to go to festivals myself. I have a lot to learn, being a promoter of a festival myself, and also to see a lot of bands. It's a fantastic thing to catch up what's going on in the world, to see the crowd reactions, to see what other bands are doing. It's very inspiring, and this summer we are quite busy. I try to arrive to the festivals the day prior to see some bands or see the atmosphere. But last summer we were not that busy touring ourselves, so I spent some time at a couple of festivals, and it's super lovely.
Okay, cool. Do you have any tips for festivals? It looks like you have a lot of experience. Any tips for the people outside?
To make sure that you're well prepared, that you know where everything is, so you don't waste time, because time is quite precious at festivals. There are so many things to do, and so many things I want to see, do, try, whatever, and also people to meet and hang out with. So the festivals never are enough time. So the least thing one should do at the festival is sleep, and the second least thing that somebody should do at the festival is get lost. Usually when we have recorded an album, we are a bit really nervous about it, because we have no reactions of others. We ourselves lack emotions to the album once we have recorded it. We cannot really listen to the songs in the same way that you would be listening to them, or any of our fans would be listening to them, because when the album is brand new, the songs are just, for us, they are bits and pieces. We focus on the wrong thing. We don't focus, this is a great song, or this is nice, or we focus on, oh, that little guitar thing that was so intense when we recorded, or these kind of stuff. And also worrying if we have done something good. But now, I mean, I have been doing around 400 interviews the past weeks, and been quite busy traveling to a lot of countries. And I meet a lot of people who have been listening to the album, and when I can analyze their opinions and thoughts, and the common saying about our new album from at least now a couple of hundred people is that this is the best album. So I am not nervous at all. I'm excited. I'm very excited now to present this to everybody. And every time we put out a single or a teaser or anything, I see the reactions, and it's so fun. I love it. You see, of all the things we do, playing a show is great, but being on the stage is fantastic, and it was what attracted me in the beginning. But now I think it's almost equally fun to present new music to people and see their reactions. And if we go back 15 years ago, we couldn't measure people's reactions. We couldn't see them, because suddenly the album was in the stores and people were listening to it, and we couldn't get any feedback. Nowadays everything is so damn instant, and every time we release a single, I'm sitting live and watching all the comments, the initial comments, and it's so I don't know, it's like addiction to see the first comment, like what is gonna be the first comment, and then it follows, and then I can't stop reading.
I can imagine, it must be thrilling. Do you also play new songs at the show?
We
Get the reaction of the crowd?
We play a few newer songs, yes, we do that, but I think that when we are heading to tours later, we will be playing more of the new songs. So far there are a few only released, but I think that, again, we have done a great album. And we usually focus a lot of the set list on the tour on the latest album. So, and thankfully we are still able to write good songs that we can have the majority of the set list for the tours based on the new album. So I see no reason why the upcoming tours is not going to include a lot of new stuff. And I'm so excited about it. I mean, it's fun to play anything we got, but it is more fun to do some other things.
I can imagine. The new album focuses on the First World War. It's called the Great War, First World War. And you're telling stories about it. What's your favorite story on the album?
Yeah, the new album is about the Great War, World War One, the war to end all wars. And there are plenty of stories. We gathered about 50 stories, and then we had to narrow it down to the amount of songs we had. And because there's always, no matter how many songs we write, there's always going to be more stories. And that's the sad thing about war, that people have been killing each other so badly over the past million years or whatever, that and it doesn't seem to stop. So we have more stories than we can ever write songs about. Well, probably the story that grabs me most is the story Attack of the Dead Man, which basically takes place in East Europe, on the Eastern Front, and there's a castle or fortress which is being besieged, and during this, the attacking force, which is this case the Germans versus the Russians, they use poisonous gas, chlorine gas, and it's very horrible. And any skin that becomes touched by this will be burnt, and if you get it in your eyes and stuff, you'll be blind. And the way that you would do this against your enemies, that you will expose them to this, and then you will go in and shoot whoever is left alive, because they will not be able to fight back. Gas masks would save you, but in this case they didn't have any gas masks, so they would wrap themselves with clothes, and they actually survived it, and were able to retaliate. And when they were retaliating, they would look like a zombie army thanks to all the wrappings and this. So it's an emotional story and touching story, and also a little bit of mythical, but still historical facts. So perfect story for a Sabaton song. History itself is grim and dark. I mean, war history is horrible, and war is horrible. And I would hope and wish that there were never any wars, even though we would have to find something more interesting to write about. Here is the thing. I mean, we stand on the stage and we smile while playing horrible songs. But I don't see that as a problem. Because, after all, we're telling something that is pretty important for people. And no matter the people who have had relationships to this close to them, they always thank us for what we are doing. The people we have met who are veterans, they have their grandfathers, fathers who have been in the war. They always thank us. The museums thanks us, because we are doing the exactly same thing. And we package it in a way that it becomes attractive to listen to for some people. So when you take about education or something like that, some people might find a book, and some people might find a proper, deep, this thick history book very exciting to read. Most people will not find it, because most people will find it horrible to read all these facts. Yep. So then you can make it attractive in different ways. You can send people to a museum. Some people will find it very inspiring. You can show them a movie. Some people will learn a lot from that. Or you can play them a heavy metal song. In the past, we could not teach, even though a lot of people have always called us like Sabaton is the best history teachers in the world, and there's been a lot of this. But I couldn't really agree to that, because we couldn't teach history with 3 or 4 minutes of song, what is in there. But what we can do now, since we have launched Sabaton History Channel, we are proper history teachers. You can learn pretty much enough to about a specific topic that you could, now you can properly pass a test in school by learning from Sabaton. So we have become something more since February the 7th, when we launched Sabaton History Channel.
What do you think is necessary to keep it that way? What should we do as a
Okay, yeah, to keep a long-lasting peace in Europe, Well, I think that teaching history, it won't affect the outcome of wars. It won't stop wars. What we are doing, even I hope that our fans won't go to war, but I think it's because of different reasons. I think we have too much to lose. We are too educated. We are too confident in life that we don't want to go to war anymore, which is the good thing. To raise people's general living standards, that would help people to prevent war. But wars will not be started by the people who are any way that we would be possible to educate. There is no profit in war. So for most people, you see, if I would invade your country and Sweden would take over Switzerland, then I don't think that I would gain anything from it. So my personal benefit of that wouldn't be anything. There will be some people who benefit from the people who sell us the weapons that we use to fight each other with. Those benefit a lot from it, and those have the interest in creating wars. But most of us have no interest in seeing that anymore. So even if we are seeing a more polarized society around us, we do, and I think that we are not seeing war coming our way, because I think that, you know, you don't get me to go to war. Before the show, well, I talk to people like you, and that's one of the warm-ups I do. And then we have with us a physiotherapist, and we do some stuff with him, whatever comes up with, if it becomes meditation or some kind of yoga or some kind of running or something like that. So I like to do something to warm up and to get ready and to get thoughts out of my mind, because I have a lot of thoughts in my mind always. And wherever I go and wherever I do, I get more thoughts. And then before the show, I need to kind of join the stage with a clear head. Hello, Switzerland. I can say that we are returning soon to you, because we love it here, and you be not so surprised that we are coming back. We always do.